Okie doke. We are up and back, everybody. Hi. Uh, I am
Hello.
Jesse Sams.
You look a little different.
But if I weren't Jesse Sams, how would I know her social security number?
And credit card numbers, don't forget.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I were, if you have a number that's different from the one I have, then I guess maybe you're the real one. So what is it? Just throw that out here.
We'll have to trade numbers after we're done recording.
Bold of you to assume I won't be recording with another device, but
Right.
anyway. Oh, hey, everybody. So just to update you in the other room, they're watching High School Musical, which I watched for the very first time. I haven't seen the whole thing. I've only seen like the opening, but it's like it just starts at a ski resort, and like these characters don't even know each other, and then they start singing, and neither of them knows they can sing, and then they like woo each other in song. This is like the first 5 minutes of the movie. Like,
That's the first High School Musical. That's not like the
yeah,
second.
no, I know. That's what I'm saying. The very first one.
Interesting.
Have you seen it?
It's been a while. I think I saw it like in the background when Will was younger, but I don't
Yeah,
know that I've ever actually watched it
I never have. I'm
for real.
I'm shocked, honestly. I'm
But
shocked and
W. Watson wants to
disgusted.
know who is watching High School Musical.
Oh, my sister and my cousin. They're they're watching it out there. Okay.
So if we hear things in the background, we know
If
what's
our
going
stream is
on.
knocked off, that's the reason. Uh, anyway, so to catch everybody up on how our voting system works on Patreon, we have different levels of support for Patreon. And so at the second level, you can vote in a poll. But at the third level, you get to vote in the same poll twice. And at the fourth level, you get to vote in the same poll 3 times. So if you go and look at the first level poll, you will see that options, oh boy, my mouse is doing the thing again. Options A, C, and D all have 2 votes and ended in a tie. However, our super patrons were all in for option A. And so it actually is 5 votes for A, 2 to C, 2 to D, none for B, and so A is the winner. I thought this was interesting. I thought it was the most conservative option, um, but that makes my life easier. So, yeah, so here we go. By the way, you have the document open.
I do. Do you want me to start deleting?
Yeah, because I do not know what is up with my mouse. I mean,
Oh
now it
wow,
seems to
it
be
is
normal again.
bouncing all over. I see.
Yeah, I mean, now it's normal. So hopefully that fixes it. But oh, by the way, deep, deep.
Goodbye. I think I was really. I thought it was column C I wanted, but actually D was the one I remember being excited about because it was super aggressive.
Yeah, double
But
aggressive.
that's cool. That's cool. That's why we have patrons.
Okay, so what this does is this preserves it preserves diphthongs for us, so we still have diphthongs, and it preserves glides, so we still have glides. We also still have schwa. And by the way, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just gonna.
You missed me doing my yay.
All right, I'm gonna keep those long, and you'll see why in a moment. So we're gonna write these up somewhere, and I added something. By the way, I added something to the document. I added this for Jesse. Press on the vowels, and now you jump to the historical notes. So there will be less
Yes.
scrolling. Okay, so central vowels will take. Oh, I remember what I did with this thing. I did that, and then I did that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. What do we? Okay. Progressive central vowels will take on the back feature of an immediately preceding vowel. Okay. Where do you think Additionally, will become a after a previous e. And okay, so this is important now. Where do you think this rule? So the thing that's taking care of our two vowel sequences. Where do you think this rule is going to sit with respect to our central? What do you call it? Not our central whatever. Our central fix-it rule, right?
Right.
This is why it matters. This right here will change depending on where it's placed with respect to that rule. In other words, if this happens after that rule, this thing is actually going to come out as that in a front vowel context. Right? Or
Okay,
was it O? Or was it O? No, yeah, because it goes three-way, right? So it'll be...
Yeah, or it'll be O.
Right.
And this was specifically headway. Okay, that would be our progressive assimilation. That's what we've been calling it. So this is the rule that we're concerned about, where this will...
Right.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I think.
Uh-huh.
Let me go back. I think it will be best. I'm jumping back and forth. Thank you for that little document shortcut, because now I can jump back and forth, and that makes life so much easier. Based on some of the other changes happening, I think it would actually be best if this happened before the progressive assimilation.
Okay, then that's going to lead to a bunch of stuff. So let's jump back there.
Do you think it should come after?
Well, I mean, it's a question of easier versus better, perhaps. Okay, so let's see. Central vowels take. Okay, what was giving us this? Nasal vowels. Vowels raised before nasal codas. So this one is also relevant because it affects this and this.
Yes.
Wow, this could really lead to some mayhem.
It really could.
I kind of like this.
And maybe I was thinking that, well, I don't know. Maybe these both need to happen before we do the two vowels in a row, and what's going to happen with that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that does need to come after all of this.
Well, let's say that it starts happening at this simplification point. So let's call it...
which would make sense.
Yeah, what do you call two vowels in a row? Sounds like the setup for a joke.
It really does. I was waiting for a punchline. What happens when two vowels walk into a bar? Two vowels in a row. I mean, besides just calling it vowel.
How's this happen again? Last week I couldn't remember the word segment, and now I can't remember when you have two segments in a row. I mean, it's not... well, I suppose we could call it hiatus resolution. I don't know. Is that right?
I'm looking up options. In one moment.
Two phrases walk into an X bar. One man leaves.
Okay. And they take a hiatus. Okay.
Hiatus is the worst, by the way. Right?
Hiatus is the word that you want.
No, the worst. Because hiatus sounds like it's stopping something, right? Like, like hiatus sounds like... This is what hiatus sounds like to me. Like, this is an example of hiatus. Because it's a hiatus between the two vowels. But, like, no. They're saying, oh, this is hiatus for absolutely no good reason whatsoever. It's ridiculous. Okay, so that goes to... And then we're going to put that in that, just so a note. For a note, a number of
Were
no,
you also looking for the word diuresis?
diuresis?
Yes, exactly.
Good Lord, diuresis? That's not for polite company.
Well, you should look at how it was written in the Greek. It looked like it would be.
Okay. All two vowel sequences simplify. Okay. How do we want to do this? Except. Well, I mean, we're just going to write it like it's still a two vowel sequence, but essentially, I guess the low high vowel sequences become diphthongs. So this becomes, however you choose to write this diphthong, I choose to do it like that.
That's how you write that? Okay.
I'm sorry, like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I think?
Okay.
You know what I think the absolute dumbest thing is? That this.
Probably the one I prefer.
Yeah, that. This is ridiculous. Absolutely
I
ridiculous.
love those. That is much better.
No, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
It does though.
No,
it
really
does
doesn't.
because you don't get that full consonant.
Yeah. So then why don't you write it like this and like this?
You don't go all the way up that high.
Yes, you do. It's
not when I talk.
Not I.
Lie. You go I.
Lie it. Lie it. Is that the?
But you go I.
Yeah, light. Light. You don't say lie.
But you don't hit.
Lie it. Lie it. House. House.
Okay, but how do you get a ya in there? Light.
Well, and this is the hilarious
That would
thing.
be less raised.
You know what I
epsilon.
Do you know what I heard about this from a famous phonologist, shall we say? I was like, okay. Well, that's just the convention because you don't actually get the full consonant there. I was like, well, why don't you use this? Well, it's like, oh, well, you don't go up that high. I mean, and I was like, that's not true. If you measure it phonetically, you actually do. It's like, oh, well, it's just a convention anyway. So in other words, like, it doesn't matter if it matches with phonetics or expectations. It's just we're going to do it. Ridiculous.
However we want. Well, you're apparently breaking all protocol and doing it however you really want.
Like, seriously, go to Finland. Do you think that these things would be phonetically transcribed the way they are if the Finns came up with the IPA as opposed to Westerners? Well, but I west of Finland.
Okay, I was like, are they not?
So it's like, it's because we have all these lax vowels in English. They thought, well, they must be somewhere, so they just put them everywhere.
I don't know. I mean, I've measured my vowels in including my diphthongs, and I do not go as high up as my E.
You're very lax when it comes to your vowel pronunciation. It's the Texan in you.
Oh, that hurts.
It comes out, though. You can hear it. Is
that the Texan, or is that just my Missouri goodness?
I doubt it. It strikes me as Texish.
Texish.
Okay, wait, what am I doing? All right. So, hold on.
Did you want me to copy that vowel list down here so you have all the vowels down here? Oh, no,
I'm just doing it. I was just taking a breather. Okay.
Not allowed. Can we also discuss the fact that you're wearing Daddy Shark on your shirt?
Yeah.
That's really cute.
It's even funnier because my daughter's mascot at her school, they're the Sharks.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Will is a blue devil.
Yeah. What? Really?
Yeah.
Just like Duke?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Except better.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so U becomes O, and E becomes A. And then,
I don't know. Mateus, why is it death in Texas? Oh, death and taxes. Those are the two things you have to do before you die. And if you have a little bit of metathesis there, then it's death and taxes. Maybe that's the joke.
They're the only things you can't avoid, death and Texas. I mean, look at me. The only place I never wanted to visit, and I've been there tons of times now.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Not just you. You know, I've been all over Texas. I've been to Galveston,
Yes.
Houston, Nacogdoches, Amarillo, and Austin.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nacogdoches, please.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you guys ever call your city Knack Shack?
No, but we do say knack.
Come on down to the Knack Shack. It's happening now. Spread it like
That
wildfire.
sounds really weird. Oh, Mateus. Yes, I got it. I got it. I got the joke. Yay. I'm sorry. You keep typing vowels. I'm having fun with
that's
comments.
fine.
And
No,
I think Jason may have been in my boat and may have accidentally put the emphasis on the wrong syllable in diaresis before. Maybe.
Okay, and then finally, the low mid vowel sequences become long versions of the initial or secondary vowel. So becomes long and becomes Yeah, I think so.
Yes, because stress is more towards the beginning, and we decided that made more sense.
Yeah. Okay. Becomes.
And I just verified, and yes, that's correct.
All right. Good. And
I don't want to accidentally undo a vote from patrons, so I wanted to double check that.
Okay, that takes care of that. That's written now. It's law. Very good.
Done.
So now let's tease out the ramifications of this. Vowels raised before nasal closes, specifically vowel and the vowel raises to So,
oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. So,
how many more rules are we going to throw in here before we say that's cool? We haven't even hit our real consonant rules.
We haven't? Shit. Okay, we got
except for nasals.
You're right. Okay, but one thing at a time. Let's deal with these vowels. Basically, vowels are the verbs of the segment universe.
Very true.
Okay. Okay. So then this means that all raises to and then let's just throw it in there. Raises to. Okay, so we have our long in there. Anytime that there's a glide before it, it won't matter. It'll just raise. So this is still covered. Oh, but the long right, that one's going to raise as well. So, oh gosh, it's doing it again.
So would it
means
raise
the batteries
to a schwa since it gets raised one up? Oh yeah, and long would just get raised to a long schwa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Is that it?
Oh, Jason asked, how are verbs onions? I think the answer is because there are many layers.
Oh, it's because they suck.
Oh, no, it's because they make you cry. Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Okay, vowels raised before nasal codas, specifically the vowel. Okay, so when we were doing this, so I know that this prenasal raising rule, it was one that was from the earlier vote. However, at that time, we never had any vowels but our original 4 occurring before nasals. Now we do. Now we actually will have O and E before nasals, which mean they will raise to E and U. So additionally, this is the mid vowels output by hiatus resolution will raise before nasal codas, meaning that A will become E and O.
Ooh, they're loving that movie back there.
So they can totally hear it. Man.
Oh, I can barely hear. Okay. I can barely hear something going on. I just heard the laughter.
Okay, well, anyway, like if we get super ultra band and suddenly the stream stops, you know why. Just pretend like they're just, like singing on their own back there. They're doing a cover of High School Musical. They're not actually watching the movie. They're just singing it themselves.
It's all.
They're really good. Mm. Okay. Like, I didn't know that was where Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens came from. Like, I had no idea.
Really?
Frankly, the first time I ever heard of Vanessa Hudgens was the show on NBC, Powerless. I thought she just dropped out of the sky and went on to, head up the best comedy since Community. And I absolutely loved every moment of that show, and then they canceled it.
I have to fix a spelling error.
What'd I do?
You spelled it this way in rule number 4.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot. It's not like I don't know it. It's just accidental. It's
sure.
Those PH-TH sequences.
Okay, but sorry, Vanessa Hudgens. I don't even know what Powerless is. I knew that she became famous though from High School Musical. But did you see her in that one movie where she's like a teen who becomes homeless?
No.
It's very, very good, but I can't remember what it's called.
Was it a remake of The Prince of the Pauper? I think I just made up an entire section of my history where this movie existed. Where it was like Vanessa Hudgens starring with herself in a Prince and the Pauper remake when she was a teenager.
Now, this was a very serious movie.
Was this Macaulay Culkin?
I don't think there was a rich version of herself in this movie. I think she was just...
Wow. Anyway,
I'm going to have to look that up later.
To answer your question, no. But I did see the one where she marries a knight who comes to the future from the past. I saw that. Oh, I saw that.
And that's not Kate and Leopold?
No, I know. That was the thing. It was like the Hallmark version of Kate and Leopold, but for Netflix.
Interesting.
It's still there. Okay. You can go watch it right after this.
I will. I will have to.
It's called The Night Before Christmas, where night is spelled K-N-I-G-H-T.
Oh, it is not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to see it.
Okay, but I'm also looking up the name of this movie that I was thinking of because this is going to bug me. So while you do something there, I have some important things to look up.
Yeah, I think I've covered everything for prenasal racing. I think we're good there. Okay, central vowels.
Oh, it's called Gimme Shelter.
Really? Really?
Mm-hmm.
They did
it's actually a good movie.
They did a serious movie, and then they just slapped on a song title from the Rolling Stones.
It has James Earl Jones in it.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Man, he's really good at like everything he does.
Oh, and Rosario Dawson. That's the other big name in it.
Ooh.
And Brendan Fraser.
David has entered the chat.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. We should be good. So.
Oh, Golden Pelt says that was Demi Lovato. Are you sure that...
Demi?
Are you thinking of a movie?
Demi Lovato?
How do you say it?
The way she says it, Demi.
Demi? Okay, see, I don't know. It's Demi Moore. I don't know these things.
Look, it's their name. You gotta say it how they say it.
Whatever.
You got it, JC.
I love it. Everyone will wonder what the C stands for.
Oh my God.
But Vanessa Hudgens is Night Before Christmas.
So there was a movie. Oh my God. And it was Demi Lovato in the Prince of the Pauper movie. Okay. Wow.
Okay. Thank you, Golden Pelt.
Extraordinary. All right. So.
Okay. Sorry. We are back on vowels.
Yeah. We still got our vowels. Now what we got here is failure to communicate. All right. So we have Cool and Luke. Anybody? All right. So what we have are two long vowels. Did I just squeak? Oh my God. Embarrassing. Did anybody see that?
I haven't heard that word in a while.
If nobody saw it, then I shouldn't have said anything. Also, I forgot about my little thing. So, okay. Red is proto and means no longer here. Green is new, so let's go ahead and write these in. I'll fix that. Ooh, hey, Natalie, what's up?
Nothing.
What do you want? My sister is looking at me. Or she was. What's she doing? What?
Watching it.
What? Are you? Oh, God. No, now they're watching my stream. They're
but we
watching.
do have
They're watching us and making fun of us. Just so you know.
always a good pastime. We do have a serious question, though. At this rate, will we reach consonant mutation before coronavirus kills us all?
Of course not. It's going to be like
Mateus is
5 hours
that's a good
from now.
question.
Ooh, a Megadeth quote. Did you know that I was a big Megadeth fan?
No, I did not. But I'm waiting for you to input the central vowel that you do not want to have in the language, and I'm going to watch it with joy.
Yeah, that's because it's not going to stay for long. I mean, well, you know what? It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. But yeah, I was a... Oh, criminy, that's right. It does a weird thing. Here, I gotta... Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. No.
Is it trying to do a formula?
Yeah, it's trying to do a formula. Mac users know. All right. There we go. Actually, you know what? Only Mac users that have whatchamacallit.
An IPA keyboard.
Yes, that's it. You don't have to be quiet.
Who's approaching you from the side?
They're getting spindrift. Oh, nice. She just threw one of these at me.
Classic.
Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, we don't want these central vowels, right? Because they're terrible, and we want to get rid of them. See, and so this is where.
And by we, are you using the royal we?
Yeah, because I know everybody agrees with me.
I'm waiting for our fans here. Yes, W. Watson, don't you disrespect my barred eye right there. And Veronica specifically asked them their opinion on high central vowels. I think we need to ask people.
Let's see. Here's my opinion on high central vowels. Get it? It's terrible. Okay, so
I now see.
So I just want to introduce you. We can get rid of this because we did it. Wait, hold on a sec. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. The scrolling. Wait. Hold on. I got to remember.
I think we're done with question 1, though, right? Diphthongs?
Yes, but I want to remind myself of something. So...
Okay, so while you're reminding yourself, Jason wrote, "You have kids. You think you raised them right. And they start getting into high central vowels just to spite you." Can't wait.
Okay, so no, we need to write more here. So
I need to see where you are.
Central vowels will take the immediately preceding vowel to a more consonant. This means that I will become E after a previous E. Okay, hold on. Because, yeah, we do need to... There we go.
And also, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, and so I do apologize, NEICU, or NEICU, and ALK both like that high central vowel, because it reminds them of other languages, specifically Romanian and Russian. But Veronica does ask if high central vowels are a gateway phoneme.
Also, you know, like, let me just say that this
yes,
the relevant consonant in Russian, when I was taught to pronounce it, it was like this. So the thing that is spelled Where's my Cyrillic? There it is. Okay, so... okay, so this in Russian right here was basically this. Tsi. Tsi. That's how we were taught to pronounce it. We were not taught to pronounce it like this. So, I don't know if that helps or hurts. I hope it hurts. Because that's how I was taught.
I don't know. I mean, so many people right now are commenting about how great central vowels are. And so, between Benny, Eternal, I'm probably saying everything wrong, and I do apologize. Leon, so many people like them. Are you going to kill all their dreams?
Uh-huh.
you're like not even going to pay attention.
Okay. By the way, because of this rule, we just gave ourselves, like, it's not a joke anymore. We got long vowels everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, are you noticing what I'm doing?
I see. Oh, because we did give... I want to say that was added, though. I feel like we weren't voting on that, and today you added the long marker on the and ah. So I think you just now did that. I think you're having fun now.
Okay. Okay. Maybe. Oh, well, all right. Let's discuss it. Let me throw out why I wanted to do this. So.
Okay.
All right. Now we can get rid of this because we've already done it. And so I'm going to introduce you to this. Pete Bleakley.
Okay.
So this is the creator of Kangathiagon and Ilyena. Okay. He had this idea, which I thought was really spiff. All right. Here we go.
Spiff.
Yeah.
You just said spiff, not spiffy, spiff.
Yeah. So here is the idea. So, okay. Crap, am I not going to remember the idea right? Let's see here. Okay, we have these.
Is this something that's easily Googleable while you're typing?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm on it.
So basically, both of these end up becoming that. And then this ends up becoming that. And this ends up becoming that.
Oh, I do like the ash.
And actually, if we wanted to... Yeah. But look it up on Twitter, make sure that I've got it right.
It would be on Twitter?
Yeah, he recommended it on Twitter.
Oh! I think I remember. Oh, shoot, this is the wrong account. That was directly to the LangTime Studio account, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, it's really hot in my house right now. I just need to point that out.
It's not raining where you are?
No, it's very bright and sunny, and our house is a little furnace.
My plants are loving it over here.
Okay, I am not seeing... I may need to...
All right, I'm going to pull up my Twitter just a minute. Okay.
Like going... Ooh, tweets and replies.
There it is. Okay.
How did you find it so fast? Like, I swear I don't see it.
Oh, I see.
I am useless.
So both of these things would become this. Or basically, these guys would become that. And then that would become that. And this would become that. There we go. That was his idea, which I thought was really cool.
Okay. These two are the same thing, right? I'm not going crazy, am I?
No, they should be switched. They should be switched. Sorry.
Okay.
There we go.
I thought for a second I was.
So he was suggesting that this distinction should be nullified. These things should merge.
Okay, so what right now this we have becoming a long schwa.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So
eventually though, we may have, now would this take place? When would we have a long ah except where this happens?
Yeah, so these are tiered. So this happens first and then this happens second.
And so eventually we just get rid of the long ah.
Yes.
And any short ah that we have becomes an ah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually fine with that, partially because for some reason I love this sound. It may be the American in me.
Okay, so that we have that as opposed to long vowel palooza, which is what we have going on right now.
Right. But we would still have the other long vowels if you don't do something about those, unless we're going to shorten them all.
Well, they wouldn't exist. All the long vowels that we've got right now are coming from schwa or ah.
Okay. Okay. I'm reading this. Gotcha. So that would have to take place. If we did that, we would need that to take place before the prenasal raising. Otherwise, we would also have a long bardi. Or if, because you said the two could coalesce, so to speak, so both the I and those are really hard to do, they would both become the long A, therefore we would never have a long schwa. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah. That's the idea.
Okay, so if we never had a long schwa, then we would never have a long bardi. That would take care of that.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. We would never have long bardi, that's correct. We would still have long schwa.
Not if the only reason we had a long schwa was because of that diphthong. And if it's going to the ah instead of the schwa.
No. But remember, both of them raised. Both of them raised. The schwa raised and the low vowel raised to the mid vowel. So the long ah was raising to long schwa.
Schwa. But not until. Was that in this? Wait, when did that happen? That was the prenasal raising. Okay. So it would never go beyond that. We would have the long schwa simply because the long A would be raising before nasal codas.
Yes.
Okay. I think we're good.
Can anybody watching give us some feedback here? I'm
okay, so I think people are ready for some proto roots, because then we can show examples. And by people, Jason mainly said that, but I think that's a good suggestion. W. Watson and Alk both asked about a double schwa.
Yeah, so one thing that I ruled out, that is just, I didn't include it when we did this sound change. I only included non-like vowels occurring next to one another. So you'll notice I just completely never did, like, double E, double oo, double schwa, or double ah. I never did it. And I did that on purpose because I was hoping to not have long vowels. And then we ended up with long vowels.
Are you hoping
anyway.
Because you don't like long vowels, or hoping because it just didn't feel right for the rabbits?
For the rabbits.
For the rabbits. Okay, so for the rabbits, we need to shorten these up.
Yeah.
And I now have another vote. Mateus says it's a good idea to help for clarity to let's start cranking through a couple hundred examples.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm going nuts. They're all texting right now. Let me how do I disable? There we go. There. Okay.
And when we do these tests, I think I need to stay on the rule part so that way I don't forget all the rules we have.
Okay. So what are some relevant potential examples here? So something like, let's do
it seems like anything we need to do a lot of nasals. We need to have a couple pre-nasalized consonants, as well as just nasals in what would be technically a coda position or whatever would be considered a coda our purposes.
I've got two pairs right now.
Let me come up and then, yeah, definitely the two vowels. Okay. Would you want to, because the ND, let me double check. That one does differently than the other nasalized.
No, that's the NZ.
NZ, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it's one of the alveolars. Okay.
Let's see, would these things come out the same? Mana. So this is becoming this, right?
Yes, if we do with that becoming the long A instead of a schwa.
Okay.
So as long as we're doing the one that you just showed from Pete Bleakley, the suggestion, then yes.
Let's do them both. All right. So then.
I love how you say both, by the way.
Well, somebody's gotta. Okay, this one. Okay. And then what does long schwa become?
Long schwa before. Are we considering this a nasal coda?
No.
No? Then
no.
Okay, so then we don't need prenasal raising because that's only nasal codas.
Are we at for the other set of rules, are we doing anything with these or do those stay?
Just saying, I have to keep going back and forth. No, because that was only a front versus back vowel assimilation going on, so that would not do anything.
So that's where those stay with that version. Okay, and this one,
I'm going to make a copy so I can have multiple documents open here.
Okay, that happens, right? Now what happens next? Help me out. So the vowels have coalesced, the nasal has come down and become a coda. What happens next? What's the next rule?
So now that the nasal is a coda, we are going to, let's see, you've already done the hiatus resolution. Now we're ready for some prenasal raising. And so the long ah is going to raise to a long schwa.
For both of them? Yeah?
Yes.
Because we haven't gotten rid of the long ah yet. That would happen later. Okay, and now at some point in time, the nasal is going to get simplified, right? It's after this. So this becomes...
It is
right?
postnasal lenition.
Yeah. So that
Sliced. Oh, wait. No, that actually... Oh, no, that's... Okay, so that's rule number 3 is consonant simplification. Then we get the postnasal. And ND is going to just become N.
Yeah, and so then as a result of this, Pete's rule doesn't actually take into account that there would ever be a long schwa. But in fact, we do have one, so we don't know what happens to it. We know long ah, it becomes regular ah, and short ah becomes ah.
I mean, I guess the question is if we did the vowel shortening before the prenasal raising, then we wouldn't have the long versions anymore.
But we also don't know what happens to short schwa.
Short schwa for prenasal raising becomes Bardai.
No, this is after...
If we did that before.
No, it's after prenasal raising.
Okay. So, but you want to get rid of the long vowels for the bunnies?
Hang on. Did I delete Pete's rule? I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you did. But here's what I remember from it.
Oh my God.
Let me get my IPA keyboard.
Yeah, we are definitely going to need to figure out what happens to long schwa. Long schwa is probably going to simplify. If I understand this, if I follow the spirit of the rule, it'll just simplify.
Okay. Because this is...
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'd probably do this. Like, I'm not lying. I'd probably do that.
But it would almost have to be, right? Because progressive assimilation...
that would have already happened, but we could have a second round.
Because it would pull it to the front, right? Because with the A being...
Yeah. Okay.
Tapan Mayuk suggested if we still have that short schwa, asked if you would want to consider the epsilon.
Not really. There was a reason for separating the quality for the low vowels because we already had two, I guess. You basically had this low central vowel, right? And then you had just the central vowel, and both of them were moving. And so, assuming that we're going to move somewhere else, it made sense to separate them as two low vowels. But I don't see a big reason to introduce another front vowel like that.
Okay. And then also moving forward, W. Watson says this is like Grimm's Law, but we should call it Pete's Rule. That's part of what happened. It was Pete's Rule.
I just don't know. I don't know if I like the result though. We're getting a lot of
but wait, these would... Because this isn't done, right? Like, we would have to change these to ashes. Well, at least this one to an ash.
No, this one, wait, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right, and that would need to happen at the same time, wouldn't it? Yeah,
As it got short, yeah, because the long A becomes shortened to the ah, and the short A goes to the ah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything would be an ah everywhere in life.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I like it, that's a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
What you thinking?
I want to know what the ramifications are for just doing it like we have it written. In other words, long vowel palooza.
Okay, so that would mean.
Hold on a minute. Give me some forms here. I'm gonna just write them down at the very least. Page 147. Okay, let's see what are the things that are being affected here. So hiatus resolution is giving us a couple of diphthongs, and then it's giving us new
And some
monophthongs. And the glides, we can ignore the glides for the time being. And then we are getting, so, long on schwa. And then we have just leftover e, right, and short schwa. And these are in all positions, not just before nasals. In all positions.
For the hiatus resolution, that one, yes.
Yeah. In very narrow circumstances, we're getting the long barred I. And certain instances of long schwa, as well as short barred I and schwa.
And then progressive assimilation gets rid of some of those, because if there are front or back vowels, it's going to pull that barred I.
Yes, but it's going to leave them in the case of only ah being on either side.
Right.
You know what? If we
this sounds maniacal. I'm a little concerned.
If we introduced ash somehow in between rules 5 and 6, we could just kill all the central vowels at once. Because there would always be a context that was either front or back. Oh my god.
So you're saying take the ah, shift it to an ash. And that would be the long A as well?
We could have them split.
Okay.
But how many long vowels do we have at this point? It's specifically at step 5, not at step 6. How many long vowels do we have? Is it ah? Is that it? Just those 3?
Yes.
Okay, so we don't have the long A or O yet. That only happens at 6, correct?
Correct.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Because here's the thing. You got this vowel system, right? That arrow throw in the short ones. You got this vowel system that looks like this. Can you even see that?
I sure can. It's super close. That's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you have 3 long vowels, and they're all in the middle. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's ridiculous. Especially the fact that you've got, oh my gosh, you potentially have, ah versus and ah versus and then versus
Mm-hmm.
all of this junk happening in the middle. That needs to be split up. That needs to be split up.
Well, sure, but like what the patrons even voted on, there were no long vowels. We could split it up real easily by saying there just are none.
Well, then what happens with those, with and I'll entertain the idea. If you can come up with something better for and
Was not our original vote that they would just become and
no.
So just became not long, just
I suppose so. We could just do that and save ourselves a lot of trouble, or.
I have a feeling from every proto form to every current form is going to take this mind-bendy what's going on in vowels.
Or, just hold on.
Relay.
What else have I got here? Oh, all my markers are Sharpies and they all bleed through. I was trying to make something big that everybody could see.
And good night and bye to the people signing off. I've seen a couple people had to leave.
Oh.
I hope you have a great evening. I think it's late in certain places.
They said 8 a.m. If they're still up, I don't know. I think you should go to sleep. But, hold on a sec.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
This is great. So now we have several great jokes about you and your ominous work on changing the vowels.
So here's what I am suggesting.
Oh, anime fan just called this a hairling. I love it. That makes me so happy.
And now for my hair-laying scheme. Here we go.
Oh, that's even better.
There we go. It's called the radical...
Okay.
So this happens in between 5 and 6, all right?
Okay.
Just the low vowels, they split, all right? The long ones moves over to in quality, and the moves to in quality. And then that pulls everything apart in the center, so that all the central vowels become either, so the mid ones either become A or O, and the high ones become E or U. Now the only question is the length. I think that the long ones...
That still leaves us a barred I, though. Would you want to have that divorce happen before the prenasal raising?
No, it doesn't happen. Wait, oh, I see, because the barred I only shifts... no, but we have a greater front vowel context now. That's the thing. That's the thing, because the front vowel context is greater now. Because we have more front vowels and back vowels. So it's not just E and U. E and U were the only front vowels that existed when we first wrote that rule. But now we have others.
Okay. So what you're saying is you're going to take the gamble that we may end up still having barred I's and schwas, and you're going to be cool with that.
Oh, no. Those are gone. We don't have to worry about that. What we have to worry about is the long vowels, the non-low long vowels. That's what we have to worry about. Because six takes care of all barred I and all schwa, because the two low vowels are now no longer neutral.
Okay, so what about a word, though, like this?
Where is it? Up top?
Oh,
are you up top?
Yeah, it's right underneath where it says Pete Bleakley. So like mana or like ones.
Oh, because it has no context.
And especially if we get outside of the context of nasals, anything, like we have these kinds of examples. The U's not going anywhere anyway. It's not raising. Or like the wouldn't raise. there, right? Because it's only in the context of a nasal that it gets raised.
No. I mean, it would still front. It would still front.
Okay, so we would still front that baby. It just wouldn't get raised. Okay.
Yeah, it'd just be ada.
So then the question, though, does become when you get all the context is central without an anywhere in sight.
Or we can just... Yeah, you're right. We can just get rid of the long vowels. Fine. I give up.
However, please take a picture and post that on Instagram of the radical low vowel divorce.
I will do so. All right, hold on. I'm doing my scroll of shame down to my rules. Okay, so now it's just going to become it's just going to monophthise, thong-eyes, and it's going to become delete. Delete that. All right. Delete that. Oh, it's so painful. You're no longer going to have the word respectively in this document.
Oh, we'll get respectively in there.
Yeah. And then...
We have to. Yes.
Okay, and that as well. And that as well. Okay. The long vowels are all gone.
Okay. And that makes life a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it does. My heart.
That does, however, with the progressive assimilation rule, we've only addressed the Bardai and the Schwa. We can still get the ash and the ah.
I didn't even want those.
Okay, so
I was trying to solve a different problem. I was trying to solve a different.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's get back.
We're good.
Let's get back to this and this. What do we do with those? So we have words like mana and mana.
Yes, we do have words like that. And let's see, those are the protoforms, correct? So I'm starting in a protoform. Okay, so
I also want to do throw.
First of all, that would never be a protoform, right? Because the Bardai only comes in.
Sorry, you're right.
Because of changes.
You're right. So. And it would actually be, sorry. There we go.
Yes, many apologies needed. It's a whole thing.
So this is eventually going to give us this, right?
Eventually, yes. Let me run that through all of our rules. Yes, because the ND will become in. Yes.
All right. Okay. So it's like this is so far this is the end point of our rules right now. The end point of our rules is going to give us the rightmost form in each of these, including mana versus mana, and mana.
Mana, nothing's going to change, right? Because it would only have prenasal raising if that were a coda, and it's not in this particular situation.
Well, that's the thing. Nothing's going to change with any of these four, but we want them to. All of us together want these to change. desperately.
I wonder how many people are in your head right now.
Oh, you know what? There is a rule application script. I just prefer to work at this stage. We'll get there. You know what? I'll probably after this episode, in between episodes, I'll write up the necessary rules in whatchamacallits, the Mark Rosenfelder's not awkwards. What is it? His sound change applier. I'll write them up, and then we'll just feed in a bunch of forms and tweak. But we're still all right here. I still want to do something here.
You want something to happen to the central vowels.
Mm-hmm.
We had progressive assimilation. Do you want to make it wacky and have some dissimilation?
I mean, there is that. My first instinct is to go with stress.
Uh-huh.
In other words, at some point in time, we the rabbits, collectively decide. Central vowels cannot be stressed.
Which would then potentially do something like this.
Yeah, and maybe something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, yeah, right, right, and then
okay, and then quick question, because our progressive assimilation only works in the progressive direction. So if we had, for example, this going on, would it still become menu?
No.
Like would all
would
schwas?
No, it would never. That wouldn't happen because it would already be monu. Remember? Because it's in a back vowel context.
But
no, like before that, before we ever get here, it would already be monu.
We had done it to where it was the other way.
Really? Not both? That's not the way I usually do it. I mean, I believe you.
Would become muno. Am I reading Rule 6 right?
You are.
Okay.
Oh, I remember. We actually had this discussion, didn't we?
Because stress is in the initial.
Yeah.
And so it would carry.
Yeah.
However, we could definitely.
No, you're right, but it makes sense.
Make it a widely applied rule, I guess.
No, no, I see your point, and I like it. I like what you've done, so that this will become. So in other words, basically, this is becoming this. No, wait. This becomes this when stressed. Actually, do I? No, I haven't got a stress schwa there. Okay, that becomes that before back vowels. Otherwise, Or,
okay.
Well, that's option one.
Mm-hmm.
But we could just say, yeah, no, absolutely. That's it. When stressed. We could do that. I'm fine with that. So yeah, this thing would become menu. That's fine. I don't know. I say throw it out there. What do you guys like? One or two? In other words, this one is just conditionless, and it's just basically there is a definition for what a stressed schwa should sound like, and it's or this one takes into conditions into account. What do you think?
W. Watson. Central vowels have rights.
No, not here they don't.
They're being violated all over the place. Oh, man.
No, it wouldn't introduce vowel harmony outright. It would just be... yeah, no, it wouldn't be introducing vowel harmony outright because it's only affecting the stressed vowel. And it's
I'm going to add. So before a back vowel, would become ah.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah, I'll work.
So we would still split that.
Yeah, I'll work on the bottom one, and then so become ah, and then become e. So 2 is consistent in that they're always becoming the front version. 1 is semi-consistent in that otherwise it's the front version.
Because then here, oops, I can't even find my bar die. One moment, please.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's how rarely I type that one. Okay. That makes me laugh. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of split votes.
Yeah, this is tough to do, right, just with chat when it's so evenly divided.
All right, if I counted correctly, we've got 5 votes for number 1 and 3 for number 2, but I was also just looking at the number of times people typed the actual vote, not if the names voted. Not looking at usernames very closely.
I think 2 does have a majority. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking 2.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
You.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're streaming right now.
You are?
Yeah. What was it important?
No. Continue your stream. I thought you were done at 3.
No.
Jason's bribing us. His friend Andrew Jackson is voting too. All right, and Tefan has a point here that 1 is more complex, and we do already have that progressive assimilation going on, and to not muddy the waters, perhaps Rule 2 is simpler is the better.
Rule 2 wins the day. All right.
And Isa Kalevi 1 is ready to die on this hill for Rule 2, so we're doing Rule 2.
Got it. All right. So that is going to happen
So we'll take this.
after postnasal lenition. We're going to call this...
We're going to call this Dave's rule to get rid of central vowels in as many positions as possible.
Central vowel annihilation. Part 1.
Because you know that part 2 has to be coming.
Yep. All right.
Oh,
so
my word. Okay.
V minus front minus back goes to... actually, no, wait. I don't think I need to do that, do I? It just goes to plus front. Ooh.
Just goes to less front. I do like that.
And I never understood how to do this in a rule. How do you say when it's stressed?
I would say plus stress.
What, though? Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that. All right.
Right? Because that is the condition, is plus stress. Okay, now I just want to throw this out here.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to annihilate central vowels, this rule you just wrote should come before the progressive assimilation. Because what that's going to do is put a lot more front vowels in a place where these central vowels, if they come in the second syllable, are going to be annihilated.
Oh. We might not even need a part 2. Oh. Excellent. All right.
So, and by the way, for anyone following, because you know that I do, if you saw my tweet, you know that I'm voting for Ngala. That original schwa is still not stressed, though. So that schwa is protected because the only reason we had the schwa was because of schwa insertion. And so the first syllable remains the nga. How do you like that, Feeler? Nga. Also, did you hear, that was kind of a Texan I diphthong that I just did there, the my vote. I really did a my vote.
We all heard it.
Yeah, we heard that. Okay. We'll talk about that later. Next thing you know, I'm be fixing to change these vowels.
All right, so what will be left?
Okay, because that would, going back up, if we did that first, our mena would now, because we would then have to have those assimilate, would become mene.
Mm-hmm.
This would meaning.
Yep.
This would now be in the context of a front vowel.
Yep. Mane.
So mane.
Oh, I like this. I like this a lot.
Oh, we're getting rid of all of them, really.
Mena is fine.
This would nope, because we are not touching the ahs.
Yeah, so mena is fine. Menu is
and
fine.
Menu is fine, and muno is fine.
So let's see what happens.
So you've just killed a whole lot.
Yeah. Let's see what happens with Ngala right now. First thing that happens is schwa insertion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next thing that happens is it comes down, right?
Yes.
Ngala.
Oh, shoot.
Next thing that happens is it raises.
Pre-nasal raising, stupid. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Never mind. I'm done.
Nala?
Don't do it to my beautiful.
I don't know. Looks kind of
It would have to
strange.
stay though, right? Because it's not stressed, so
Yeah.
we have no reason to change it.
No, we don't. Unless we just decided that the one weird vowel that's in there for absolutely no reason in no other context should probably merge with another one. It's probably going to merge with this.
I need a moment. You did it. You killed them.
I did. I'm sorry. Not
Except, I should have kept my mouth shut because I made it happen. I made it happen way too easily.
It was going to happen eventually. Honestly, though, I think that's kind of pretty.
No, but I really
Inala.
did. What if this is the one word, though, that... Oops, I did the wrong way. This is the one word that, because it means something special, it just didn't undergo the change. Every other word did. Just this one was so special that they still say Angala, and they're not entirely sure why. It happens. Language change is weird.
Well, let's put it this way. Any single word that began in the proto stage with this, they're all going to have the same opener.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's looking like it probably should be this, right? But I'm willing to entertain suggestions for this weird, bizarre, unstressed word initial environment where we have the schwa insertion.
Okay.
What do you got?
And you're not would the schwa would not be one that you're suggesting or entertaining?
It would seem difficult to suggest that raising wouldn't happen there unless we wanted to go back and say that schwa insertion, our very first rule, happens somewhere after prenasal raising.
I mean, that
wouldn't make any sense.
Not make a lot of sense.
No.
And it almost can't do it because then we'd also have to move Rule 3, the prenasalized consonant simplification.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay. I see you laughing. So even though it's not stressed, would it make more sense though to go to just an I sound, ingala, instead of ingala? Ingala. I keep adding a G in there.
Well, again, this is the only place in the entire language where this vowel will exist.
Mm-hmm. I'm on board with full vowel harmony at this point, and whatever vowel comes after it, it matches that vowel. Why? Because it can. And so then we at least have angala, and I like that better.
Hold on, what would happen? Wait. Ooh. Hmm.
I don't know what you're looking at right now, so this is great. I love the thoughts.
Okay, that raises to that. Before that, then...
Oh, Eternal agrees with me. Yay, vowel harmony. Mateus may be saying I'm just giving up. I think that's what's being said.
Okay.
Now I'm being told that you're secretly adding a part 2. I think Ulk may be right. I think that's what's coming up.
Oh, I already did that. It's the old sweep everything under the rug in case we forgot anything. But
oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That was. Thank you, Ulk. I was not on that part of the document, so I did not see that.
But I may have some sort of a fix.
Okay.
Let's see. And it doesn't. So it would still be got by the central vowel annihilation part 2 rule. But how would you feel about the end point, rather than it being angala, being angala?
Well, that was what I was saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Have I got that wrong? Hold on.
I mean, that's what I had suggested. So
hold on. What happens to stressed? Oh, we had this wrong. It's Allah. Right?
Oh my God. One moment.
Isn't it?
No, we have not done anything.
No, wait. Just the stressed one. Ingala.
Because it was unstressed. And we can't have any central vowels in stressed positions.
Yeah, so it becomes ingala.
Which now that would pull that forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because Chris agrees with me that the stressed vowel, and because in this particular case, this is the stressed vowel, would pull whatever that schwa is here, right? Because originally it was a schwa. It would pull that central vowel in whatever direction the stressed vowel is.
I can give you this. Ingala.
But this would really be ingala.
It would. But I can give you this if you want it. Is this better for you?
I mean, I like it better, but I feel like that's not being true because this is raising. This raising is there, and that we do need to consider that.
But this is how you do it. Rather than schwa insertion becomes copy vowel insertion.
And so it would...
I'll show you. This is what happens. Rather than inserting schwa, you insert a copy vowel. So it's ah.
So ah.
And then the ah raises to schwa.
Then it gets raised to the schwa.
Yes. And then the schwa becomes an a. Ingala.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
All right. Good compromise?
I'm good. Yes.
Okay. Schwa insertion is gone. All right, so...
I'm glad you caught that. I forgot that cannot be in the stressed vowel position.
All right, so then before... And then we'll put a little subscript text. How do you go to... Do I have my little... I don't. Format, font, baseline, subscript, X.
Oh, you don't have it as your menu at the top? I have my little superscript and subscript menus at the top.
Well, I used to, but I stopped using this computer so much, and so my top bar isn't the way the one on my laptop looks. But there we go. A copy vowel is inserted before word initial consonants.
Ooh, Chris called it an echo vowel. I like that.
Ooh. The vowel is copied from the first vowel word.
But this does seem to be resonating well with our commenters.
Yes.
For the most part.
We saved it.
For the most part.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good. Oh, you meant Chris in the chat. I thought you meant your husband.
Oh, no, he's somewhere.
He's not watching us with popcorn?
That's a good question. I need to go yell and ask him what he's doing with his life. Okay,
so then we can get rid of that. Schwa is now red.
You never put in the central bar die, did you?
No, it didn't need to be there. It was just a little intermediary thing. A short-term effect. Cure fans? All right. Okay, so then... And then now we also have ah.
Okay. Does this mean that we can get rid of question number 1? Diphthongs?
This question remains. Should this become this?
An hour and a half later, we're still in question 1, you guys.
This is the only question. Should that become that, or should it matter? You know what? Forget it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because it wouldn't matter. It's just how you pronounce it. It wouldn't be. Okay, so it's fine. All right. Done. Question 1 is done. All right. And by the way, when somebody asked for vowel harmony, yeah, I guess this would lead to vowel harmony, wouldn't it? We'll find out. Only if we have prefixes. Oh, but we do. Yeah, we will have prefixes. Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get there. Okay. Is anything happening to non-prenasal coda stops fricatives intervocalically?
And that was a question. And I know one of the things I had suggested was some voicing going on, but that would also messy up something. So I'm not entirely sure whether we want to try that.
Well, let's look at our classes right now. We have the class of just voiceless sounds, right, which includes stops and fricatives. We have just the stops. We have just the fricatives, and then we have the non-sibilants. And honestly, probably not glottal H because, it's just a weird one.
Right. So, because one thing I'd say was the fricatives, the non-sibilant fricatives. So the weak fricatives becoming voice. So lufa becoming luva, and maha becoming mara. Nothing happens with H.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy to just throw that in right now.
Because that just makes me think of Old English and makes me happy.
That's what we're here for. All right. Let's do it.
I think rabbits would like Old English too. Did you know that someone translated Alice in Wonderland into Old English?
I wouldn't doubt it. Let's just say
I have the book.
I don't want to get into that, but I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. So, where should this happen?
Oh, that's a question right there.
Probably, it should occur with the lenition, yeah?
Yeah, it should be somewhere right around there because that's going to be giving us, looking at all our forms here. Should it occur after it? I guess it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's not, because lenition only affects the ones that are around a nasal.
It doesn't matter, but I think it should happen first. And this is why I think it's more likely to happen first. That's all. Now let's see if...
I think we're good.
Let's just... you know what? No, I'm not even going to copy one of my old rules. I'm going to write a new one. I like the formatting of these better. Okay, copy.
It is nice, by the way, to have them numbered. It's very nice to be able to refer to rule number 1 or 5.
I like it too. And despite the fact that I've been doing this for many years, this is the first time I've ever done it.
Oh, look at that.
I did it specifically because I thought it would be convenient for chatting like this. But yeah, no, even just privately, yeah, does make a lot of sense. All right, weak vowel lenition. Whoa, now people are seeing what happens with my keyboard, which is a wireless keyboard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we talk about linititiu?
It's gone.
That needs to be a thing.
Yikes. All right.
Would this be weak vowel lenition?
Nope.
Or would we be calling it weak fricative?
It's a synonym that I use, but it's confusing because vowel is the same word as vowel, so...
Exactly.
So I'll change it for your benefit.
Thank you. I needed that.
Let's see. C minus sibilant becomes plus voice in between vowels. And only in between vowels or in between voiced things as well. No, wait, it's not going to happen, right? No, it could come after nasals. Yeah, it could come after nasals.
If it comes after a nasal...
Mm-hmm.
And this happens before postnasal lenition, then the question becomes, because right now we have MF becoming MH.
Same thing
would
with...
an MV
you're right.
still become an MH?
No, it wouldn't. And so what do we like better? Do we like MH and NH? Oh, no, but we do like that. We do like that. We did that on purpose. Yeah,
right.
let's let that stay put. Okay, we'll just say in between vowels.
Yeah.
Okay, the weak fricatives F and H and H, not the freak fricative H, voice to V and H, respectively. There it is, between vowels. And,
wonderful.
And I will, of course, turn these into protoforms. Okay. Good. Happy with that. All right.
Happy. Now, And I do want to see, I guess I am curious to know, because I did not like the MF as much together, but that like lumfa,
No, but
lumva,
oh no, but it's becoming it's
lumha.
becoming MH. Remember?
I know, but I was just wondering what it would sound like if we did do the weak fricative lenition between any voicing. Like if it were like lumva. Do we like that, or I'm staring out the window as I think.
Hmm. It's a powerful thing to do.
It really is. It's very nice out there.
I
Um,
uh, I sympathize, first of all, with your idea, your thought, because yeah, the EMFA thing is no good, and EMFA
mhm.
might have some legs, but it really would kill our beautiful unha, and ungha symmetry, which
Okay,
we worked so hard to get that earlier on. I would hate to kill it now. So,
we did. Okay,
all right,
okay. So it's intervocalic.
yeah,
That's it. Okay.
all right, okay. Lenition is happening with nasals, but do we want it with? Oh God, do we want it with voiced stops?
With, and that would just be what, like intervocalic?
Yeah,
Would we have voice stops intervocalically?
we would if we did. I mean,
Because right now we only have voice stops because of the nasals.
that's correct. So,
Okay. So are you asking, like, should we do apha becoming abba?
yeah. No, yeah.
Okay.
Appa becoming Abba. I don't know what I did, man.
We would if we did. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
okay, so I'm voting for the voiceless consonants to stay voiceless, even intervocalically, solely because then that gives us more leeway with the. Because wasn't the whole goal with the prenasalized consonants giving us voiced stops?
yeah, they only occur before nasals. If I can ask Mateus to explain it, you say, let's keep that symmetry, it's distinctive. Are you pro intervocalic voicing or con? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, I thought that comment came when you were talking about the H's with the.
Oh,
I think, but I may be
okay.
wrong. So please do comment if I got that wrong.
Well, let's throw up some forms so people know what they're getting into. Um, all right, let's keep that in Ga there. I like it. All right, we've got. So with one, we end up with Angata. With the other, Angata. Right? And then let's do a couple of the prenasalized forms.
Okay, so Mateus was the symmetry comment was about the MH, etc.
Got it.
And W. Watson asked about devoicing the nasals, which I feel like we talked about last time. I think we had ruled that out.
It doesn't really matter because a nasal followed by an H is basically the same thing, so it really doesn't matter. And honestly, when it came to romanizing it, we'd write it the same way anyway, so
Okay.
feel free to do it or not. I don't think anybody would know the difference. Ganda. So this will become.
Yeah, it would just become an N.
And then there would be no difference. Sorry, so yeah, we only have to do this once. So these call this. Oh, what happened? I guess purple isn't too distinctive. Hold on. There. Okay. So the question is, like, which of these two do you want to go with the black form? We're always going to get ngena for this. And for this, do you want it contrasting with ngata or ngata?
So okay. Can you say them again?
Ngata and ngada.
Oh, your velar nasals are so much better than mine. Okay.
We have that in English.
Oh, no, I know we do. But notice I always add a G whenever I say it without it being at the end of a syllable.
Well, just pretend you're saying like, hang at a 45-degree angle. Ngata. Ngata.
Okay.
We have one vote for T. I'm going to start tallying these.
But I have a vote for purple here. All right, just a second. Chris votes purple. Elk votes the D, so that's purple. Veronica votes blue. Eterno votes purple. Mateus votes T.
Am I behind in the chat?
And Jason likes the
crap.
T. I don't know, but I was reading down the list so you wouldn't have to look. You'd just be able to tally while I read to you.
And I blew it.
You did. You really did. I think you just stopped paying attention to me as I was reading the votes to you.
I did. I'm so sorry.
Let's start over. Get a vote for purple.
Okay, no, like really do it. Do it. Start over.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Okay. Purple.
Got it.
Another purple.
Okay.
A blue.
Got it.
A purple.
Mm-hmm.
A blue.
Okay.
A blue.
Okay.
Another blue.
Got it.
Another blue.
Got it.
Purple.
Got it.
Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Blue. And then Tapan says if we keep the soft dental T, it's good, but only if we keep the soft dental T. And
what's the difference between that?
Someone has changed votes. W. Watson. Oh, take away a blue and add it to purple.
Good.
Okay. That's really close.
And
oh, I can't even.
I didn't count the vote for soft dental T because I have no idea what you're talking about. It's a T.
I think it's because we had made them. They're not full alveolars. They're the dental T's.
Why was that ever going to change? They were just coronal.
I don't know. And not coronal, please.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay. We've got all sorts of... We've got 2 more blues.
Really?
And so I think blue is... Yeah. Oh, wait. Did I already count you? Oh, I think people are double voting. Oh. No, wait. I don't see Jens up above. Okay, we're good. We need 2 more blues.
All right. I'm voting purple. Just to try to help out.
Is that what you want it to do?
I really like it.
Are you just like feeling bad that it's losing? Do you just feel bad for the...
No, I really like it now because it makes a lot more sense. Because you have this lenition happening with the prenasalized consonants. It just seems like that chain should keep pulling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, it does. It does make sense. It just makes me laugh that we've now spent this much time to tally votes to say thank you. But now let's vote. And I will say this is where I was leaning, so I guess I should put my vote on there too.
Woo!
I'm so sorry.
Let's throw some others in here. Hold on a sec. Let's just so people know what they're getting into.
Yes, I'm fanning myself with the Post-it note thing in case anyone's wondering what's happening. It is warm in this room. The afternoon sun heats up. We got lots of windows right here.
Luca coming. Oops, Luga, and then Lunga becoming Lunga. And then let's see. Sapa becoming Sapa. Wait a minute.
So I will say whether or not we should be joking about these things. There are some really on-point jokes going on right now. And Veronica asked if we have a lot of coronals. Do we have to make the language isolating? That's a good bit of linguistic humor punched in there.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
Right? So with these other ones I'm doing, those are correct?
Yes. Saba. Yes, and then we would have Sainba becoming... Wait.
All right. So people
Wouldn't
in the chat...
that just be a pre-nasalized M?
What?
That wouldn't be an N, right?
Yes, I just did that because I didn't want to have to bother.
Because it's easier. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay. So this is what I asked for people that voted purple and blue originally. Is there anybody that wants to change their vote? Anybody who voted blue that wants to change to purple? Anybody that voted purple that wants to change to blue?
Someone just said, so Isa Clavey just said, now that I think about it, I like purple better. And so that. Oh, and Jason said, I like Saba better than Sapa. So his blue goes to purple. Uh-oh, the tide is changing.
Change me to blue. Okay, hold on.
Uh-oh.
So, like, I think we're the only difference is one right now. And again, there's one vote I didn't count, and that was the person who was talking about the dental tea. Who was that?
One moment.
The person who said something about the dental tea. Please confirm.
Tepan. And did Tepan come back and vote? Okay, but Tepan is now saying Luga and Lunga are making them reconsider. And Leon says he didn't vote originally, but now feels the purple is more natural.
Oh boy.
And Tapan is saying purple, yeah. So if you didn't get that, Jens is saying blue to purple.
All right, Team Blue, this is your last chance to try to sway your purple brethren.
And Sisterin.
Is there a non Siblerin?
I like Siblerin. Yes. Because there is no...
That could be a plural in German, right? Siebler, Sieblern.
Oh, I do like that.
Wir haben vielen Sieblern. Sieblern.
Jason says we just say blue Rin and purple Rin. Purple Rin. That's a lot of purple Rin. Okay. So I'm guessing... Oh, yes, Isa Clavey. History is being shaped right here, right now. Especially for the rabbits. Their history is nothing without us.
Yeah. We're almost done here. What's up?
Never mind.
What? Whoa, what's going on?
Do your recording. I'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, so I think purple is winning because I haven't seen any blues come back and fight. They're now on the endings, and the earned ending in German would be dative plural. So we would have to think about that.
I definitely do sympathize with not wanting too many voiced consonants. So we'll have to see if we can rescue voiceless consonants in some way.
It's only intervocalically.
Yeah.
They will stay.
Word initially.
Never mind. No. They do say word initially, and they would stay word. They wouldn't appear word finally unless something else happens.
Okay.
But after a nasal, we've already decided that the MP will become the MB.
Yeah. That was probably going to happen anyway.
Question, though. Question.
Yeah.
So if this lenition matches, right, like the weak fricative lenition, and then we get the voiceless stop becoming voiced, so that sort of is a matchy thing.
Yeah.
Then we drop down to post-nasal lenition, where voiceless stops get voiced, but voiceless fricatives, the weak ones, go to H.
Mm-hmm.
Are we okay with that dissymmetry?
Yeah, because they're weak fricatives.
Okay. So the MP, instead of letting it stand in MP, we're gonna make it voice. So it'll be.
Maybe. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna move this. Post-nasal lenition happens first, then that happens, then that happens. Okay.
By putting the postnasal lenition first?
Yes.
Could we then just say that weak fricative lenition happens in between any voiced segments? Because at that point, it would not occur after a nasal.
Yes, that would be simpler.
And I guess the same would go for the voiceless stop.
Yes.
Because it will have already changed to a B anyway after a nasal. And so if it's in between any two voiced segments, it gets voiced.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, or it's...
I mean, the only place it would show up at that point is between two vowels, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't... Okay.
It doesn't matter. Okay. So never mind. It all comes out the same. 6 of one, half dozen of another.
Okay, so... Okay, we're gonna need to wrap up here. But I'm gonna throw out something radical to vote on for next time. Yeah, let's get rid of that. We'll get to question 3. How are we gonna kill non-low central vowels because we have to? Well, we did. So then we got nah there. All right, so this is going to be the question, and this is for those who feel like we have too many voiced consonants. This is what I want to throw out. Shall we add Coda S? And that's it. Because could do this. In other words, versus.
Oh, that's beautiful. I don't want to sway any voters, but that's beautiful.
All right. There we go. And then these, of course, will be that.
Would, of course, be at, of course.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's a great thing to vote on.
All right. Cool. By the way, for our... What have you got there? What is that? What's in your hand?
It?
Yeah.
Oh, my little Post-it note tabby thing.
I thought it was a Rubik's Cube. Okay.
No, I've just been spinning it. I like to play with things.
Okay.
I've also been playing with my little music note Post-it tabs.
Whoa. Kind of like that. Okay, so for our patrons then, we're going to be voting on if we're going to basically reintroduce Geminits via a Coda S in order to kill them. And then we'll have to figure out what the ramifications are for adding Coda S other places, see if we want to kill it or not. Anyway, so there was something else I was going to say. Something about... because we're on Patreon, you can do that on Patreon. Oh, I remember. Oh, for the patrons, I decided what would be good is that, because we were going to give out a PDF of the thing once a month, I decided, even though we didn't do this for the first episode, I did it for the second, we should just produce a PDF after every single episode. Just send them all, so you can see stuff incrementally.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and you will get that April 1st. Even if you qualify for it, you'll get it. You'll get everything. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so we'll make sure somehow. But yeah, otherwise I think that's it. So thank you for joining. I like the way this is coming along.
As am I. This is great, and I feel like we're nearing the end of some of these questions. Where
yeah, I think so
next
too.
time
we're getting close.
Next time we may actually start to get to bigger things.
Yep, we'll get there. Ingala,
Yay.
Ingala, we did it.
We did. It's not perfect, but it's there, and I'll take it.
All right, cool. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining along, and I hope you enjoyed this rainy day, because it's raining here, so I assume it's raining everywhere.
It's not.
All right.
But thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye.